What's going on, guys? Andrew Piluk Hockey here, back with another video. Today we're going to be looking at some NHL trade rumors from September 8th, 2019. And as always, the link is down below to Spectre's Hockey if you want to read it. But this is the video where I give my opinion. So a lot has been going on with the Carolina Hurricanes lately, and with the signing of Jake Gardiner, formerly of the Toronto Maple Leafs. Of course, I know there's a lot of Leaf fans on this channel, but with signing Jake Gardiner, they can make some moves here, because that blue line on Carolina is one of the deepest in the league. Adding Gardiner to it was just like overkill, basically. They're going to be a really strong team on the back end, and with the run that they made in the playoffs last year, there's a good chance that Carolina is going to continue to grow as a team. You know, Justin Williams moved on. Of course, he's taking a break from hockey, but I believe it's a retirement, even though he said he's taking a break from the game. It's probably a retirement. They still have some work to do probably up front, but they can always add. The thing is that their cap situation is a little funky right now, so they can make a trade to address that by trading away one of their defensemen. Now, the Hockey News' Jared Clinton notes that the Carolina Hurricanes signing Jake Gardiner obviously creates a logjam and pushes them over the $81.5 million salary cap by $1.5 million. Now, the thing is here is that because you can bury a certain amount, it's just over $1 million in the American Hockey League. You can move Gustav Forsling and Clark Bishop down, which would save them $1.57 million. So they would be okay there. They can push those numbers down there and it'll be fine. But what is being suggested, and the rumors that have been going around lately, is that trading Justin Faulk or Dougie Hamilton could be an option. Now, if we're looking at stats last year, Dougie Hamilton had 39 points in 82 games, whereas Justin Faulk had 35 in 82. Now, pretty similar. A lot of people would argue, including myself, that both of these guys aren't exactly top-of-the-line defensive defensemen. Faulk has a little bit of an edge when it comes to being a little better defensively, but if you look up their advanced statistics, both of them aren't really that great in the defensive zone. Dougie Hamilton is a little bit worse. He can throw some solid hits, but I mean, Faulk can as well. And, you know, moving the puck out of the zone, they have their faults, they have their advantages, but at the end of the day, Justin Faulk gets a slight edge when it comes to being the better all-around defenseman. Now, that's also noted here, is Faulk has a limited no-trade clause. So, and also, keep in mind, he's also going to be a UFA next July. He could get them a pretty solid return. Hamilton lacks no-trade protection as well. And Clinton, from the Hockey News, Jared Clinton, says that he doesn't believe Hamilton, was the bigger piece for the blue line last season, which they have so many good pieces, like Brett Pesce as well, Slavin. Like, let's be honest here, they all did their part. Pesce and Slavin, to me, seem like the guys that are really pushing the boat for this team. But at the same time, Faulk and Hamilton, I mean, look at the points that they put up. They're still offensive threats, 100%. And listen, you lose one of those guys, your defensive core will take a little bit of a hit, but with the depth that they have and the young guys that still aren't even on this team yet, they're going to be completely fine. Now, the Spectre's note here says, it's weird, like, the Spectre's note says Don Waddell's going to have a pretty tough decision, which I would agree with. But at the same time, I would agree that they don't exactly have a clear-cut starting goaltender, even, you know, with the addition of Reimer, they still have Mrazek. Like, it's still kind of up in the air. McElhinney's moved on to Tampa. So there's not exactly a definitive, okay, we have a starter. They still need to, you know, do some things up front, like I said. It makes a little bit more sense to trade Justin Faulk for some help, maybe in goal, maybe at the forward position, but I'm not even sure who you would trade for, what goalies are available right now. So it looks like if they did anything, it would be for probably picks and somebody, a cheaper end player, like not as in like they're bad, just a cheaper player when it comes to their contract that could play in their top 9, because Carolina's a good team. But if you can remove a strength to add to a weakness, then I guess you're probably going to be doing better than last season, which look at how far they got last year. But they kind of, you know, snuck in, and then everybody was like, oh my God, like look at them, how good they are now in the playoffs. But I don't know. I feel like trading Hamilton would be the wrong move here, just because Faulk is an upcoming UFA. You can probably get quite a bit, even if you eat a little bit of a salary. You don't have to eat all of it, but if you can eat a little bit, that will increase your return as well. But I'm sensing that Carolina would like to trade out this contract and get back a contract that might be a little bit cheaper, but still has the same type of impact, but on the forward side of things. So Carolina's been trying to do this for a while. Like here's the thing, Carolina was an underrated team last year, for sure. And everybody said you got to trade one of these defensemen to get a forward. But now with this Jake Gardiner signing, it's almost like, okay, come on, like what's got to give here? You guys can add to your forward core that's already pretty good. Sebastian Aho's got his deal done. There's some turnover on the roster, but listen, it makes too much sense. They need to go after a forward. So we'll get back to that when there's more news, but who knows? Maybe something comes about and there's a trade right after I post this. Now, getting to another contract, Roman Josi. So Roman Josi is one of the free agents for next summer, the 2020 free agency, that hasn't signed yet. And the reason why people are making a little bit of a deal out of this is because last year, Drew Doughty signed before he became an unrestricted free agent. Logan Couture, Ekman Larson, McDonough, and Ryan Ellis, Josi's defense partner. All those guys made sure to get their contracts done. They've done that. They've done that before. Before their free agency kicked in, they were like, okay, let's get this over with. I don't even want to get to free agency. I already know what I'm doing. So a lot of people are like, okay, like why isn't Roman Josi getting this deal done now? Well, basically, the Athletic Adam Vingan is saying that. And again, hopefully I didn't mispronounce your name. I apologize if I did. But they're saying that there might be an issue with signing these contracts because of the restricted free agents that are still on the board. Some notables would probably be Charlie McAvoy, Zach Werenski, because if they get big deals, like let's say they get somewhere close to, $8 million or, $7, whatever, that number for Josi is going to go up. He's going to say, these are my comparables. I'm a captain. We'll get to his numbers in a second. I put up good numbers. I'm a good, solid defenseman. How come I'm not getting paid like these guys? And of course, he's definitely in line for a huge raise, as noted here with Spectre's Hockey. But it's a no-brainer. Obviously, everybody knows he only made $4 million. That was his AAV. And now, his defense partner, Ryan Ellis, got a significant raise as well, $6.25 million. So you'd think he's going to get more than him as well. So he's going to be getting big money. And if we look at Josi, like I said, captain, 29 years old, still playing really good hockey, 6'1", left-handed shot defenseman. This guy can do a bit of everything. I really like his game. He had 56 points in 82 games last year. The year before he had 53 and 75, so pretty productive. 49 and 72, 61 and 81, 55 and 81. It goes on and on and on. 40 and 72. Like, this guy just puts up points. And he's a leader for this Nashville club. He's done a fantastic job on that blue line, being a leader in the locker room as well. So we've heard, again, I'm not in the locker room, and I always argue that people say this too much, but there's been tons of information out there that's been spread out by players that Josi is a fantastic guy in the locker room. I hate when people say that without any knowledge, because the only reason I'm saying that is because we've heard it. Josi is definitely a good guy in the locker room. Everybody knows it. So it's weird that this contract isn't done yet, but I guess you can kind of get the understanding that it's because of the RFAs that haven't signed yet. So we'll have to keep updating on that, and he's definitely going to get a significant raise. And who knows, maybe he doesn't get the contract done during the season, but I would imagine he would want to, because he said before that he would like to get a contract done. Last thing, really quick, no Markov in Montreal. So the Montreal Gazette, Stu Cowan, cites that Marc Bergevin, the GM of the Montreal Canadiens, is not interested in bringing back Andrei Markov. Now, he's 40 years old. He played I believe he was playing in the KHL before. Now, he played with the Canadiens for all 16 years of his NHL career, and Markov made it clear that he wanted to come back to the NHL and that the Montreal Canadiens was his first choice. Now, Bergevin said Markov has aged and the organization is going a different way. They would like to give an opportunity to some of their younger guys like Noah Juleson, Victor Mete, Josh Brook, and Alexander Romanov. They've got a bunch of guys in their system. Montreal has a really good prospect pool right now. Apparently Markov is willing to sign with another team. He's listening to other offers. His agent, Alan Walsh, recently claimed numerous teams have called expressing interest in his client. I, for one, don't think Markov wanted to come back to the NHL unless it was Montreal, so we'll have to see where this goes. But that is the Spectres Hockey update for September 8th, 2019. If you're new, make sure to subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Join the squad. Let's get to 7,000 subscribers. Again, I'm going to be very busy, so you might see me wearing the same stuff for the next few days. So I'm going to be filming a bunch of stuff today. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video or stream. Peace.